Okay, so which is the camera for you? Sony A6400 or Sony A7C? APS-C versus full frame. Okay. Few days ago, I stumbled upon this video. A video from the full-time filmmaker where they put big-time content creators to the test. And it's probably one of the best videos I have watched recently. It was very fun and informative at the same time. And so I thought of doing the same with a little bit of twist. Because one is, I don't have the budget or the resources to compare different camera brands. How I wish. But making the best out of what we currently have, and that's one Sony APS-C mirrorless camera and one Sony full-frame mirrorless camera. And instead of asking big names in the league, I'm gonna show you photos and videos shot on both of these cameras. And you are going to guess which is which. Hopefully, at the end of this video, you'd have a better understanding as to what type of camera is the best for you. But oh, by the way, I won't be giving away $10,000 to the winner. So yeah, just to manage expectations. Roll that intro. Before anything else, I'd like to officially welcome you to my channel. Thank you for making it past the intro. If you're into cameras, gadgets, technologies, all that good stuff, please do subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't yet. In that case, you won't miss out on anything from this channel. Oh, I forgot to turn on my practical there. Having that out of the way, let's start the ball game. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section how many you got right. But as for conclusion, in my opinion, there is no doubt that full frame is better than APS-C in pretty much all areas. Most especially in low light situations, the Sony A7C blew the Sony A6400 out of the water, like for real. Also for the bokeh or that blurry background, they say that the bokeh of full frame cameras is undeniably better as well. And I personally agree with that. And here's why. Because of the 1.5 crop factor on an APS-C body, tendency is you'd move the camera away from the subject. And we all know that the farther the camera is from the subject, the less blur it produces. Like for example, notice my separation from the background. Compare that when I show something closer to the camera. Is it in focus? All right. You see that this has more separation than this, right? Once again, closer to the subject, and boom. Look at the art pieces behind me. Compare the depth of field from this to this. Well, I hope that made sense. And the same principle applies on an APS-C body versus a full-frame body. Nonetheless, at the end of the day, would you agree that the Sony A6400 did put up a good fight with the Sony A7C? Because it did, really. Most especially with decent lighting setup. At least in my opinion. So I guess the big learning here is, if you have the budget and the means, full frames without a doubt the way to go. However, if you don't have the capacity yet, I'd say crop sensor cameras are not bad at all. Like for real. There you go, folks. I am sure I wasn't able to cover everything, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section, or we can connect on Instagram or on Facebook. As I end, if you're getting value from this video, please do like and subscribe for more not super technical but rather practical approach to gadgets and technologies. Until then, thank you for watching. Yan. Kita ba? Okay. Okay, game. All right, so here we are. Like for example, notice my blur. Like for example, notice my separation. Like for example, notice my separation from the background. Like for example, Like for example, notice notice my notice my separation from the background. Compare that when I show something closer to the camera. Like for example, notice my separation from the background. Like for example, notice my separation from the background. Compare that when I show something closer to the camera. Is it in focus? There. Like for example, notice my separation from the background. Compare that when I show something closer to the camera. There you go. There you go, folks. I am sure I wasn't able to cover everything. There you go, folks. I hope you learned something. Although I'm sure I wasn't able to cover everything. So let me know. Until then, thank you. Until then, thank you for watching. Okay. Ano yung hindi ka komportable dito? By the way, I will be using only one lens on both. By the way, I will be using, yeah. Yun na yun. Few days ago,